Cow Blog, it's your boy Michael Madrox here, and we're trying something new, something that I hope's kind of exciting for you people. Jason gave me permission to start my own little specialty show. We're gonna try doing this once a month. I'm gonna send out a random question to a bunch of independent wrestlers, rappers, cartoonists, whoever's available at the time to do a video, and we're gonna edit all their answers together in video form and throw up on the YouTube channel. So, without further ado, the first episode of the Funhouse. My question is, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you or you've ever seen at a professional wrestling show? Well, I'll go first on the first episode. Two things. Breaking my face, that's kind of embarrassing, but hey, I sung R. Kelly, so it worked. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in the ring, I was working a hardcore match with Steven Mitchell down at TSW, and I hit him with a cookie sheet so hard. You know, Steven's got that bald turtle wax dome and all. The cookie sheet flew off his head and flew through 4 rows of crowd members. Just so happened to hit this little 3-year-old girl in the head and knocked her off her chair. Not really a great way to say sorry after something like that happens. But, you want to know who's on the show? You want to know what answers they have? Stay tuned and find out. This is the Funhouse.
Guys, referee Parker Davis here, and the awkwardest moment that I've ever had reffing was in Memphis, Indiana, and I reffed a match of Jonathan Wolfe and Sean Kemp. And this little old lady in the front row had the audacity to scream and yell at me, "Count faster, fat ass." It's got to be the awkwardest moment.
I'd have to say the most embarrassing thing that happened to me in the ring was in the summer of 2012, CWF I think it was. My pants ripped out in the middle of the ring. I had to finish the match.
What's up? Kenny Taylor here. Usually don't get too embarrassed by stuff, but I guess you could say there was one time I was in a tag team match, and you can ask Boy Sawyer or Bo Sawyer because he remembers very well the smell on a headlock takeover, and I shit my pants just a little bit. Yeah, he tagged out real quick. That was pretty embarrassing, kind of, I guess. Then there was one thing at ICW. They had this Hall of Fame ceremony before the show, and an hour later, the Hall of Fame ceremony was still going on. Fans were starting to leave. The old guys just kept talking and talking, grabbing the mic in the ring. It was pretty embarrassing to say I was even a part of it. And then somewhere I got hit with a bunch of mustard, and in the middle of the Hall of Fame ceremony, I just walked to the back, and yeah, then there was a crappy match in front of like 5 people, and I'd say those were 2.
This is Sean Franklin here. Probably the most embarrassing story I have would be we were doing a show in Bicknell, and I was doing the Don Tony V gimmick, and in front of probably about 100 fans, I split my pants out and had to wrestle the rest of the match with my pants split out. So, with all these little kids yelling, "Hey, you split your pants," so then I had to stay in heel character and basically was like, "Oh no, I did that on purpose." So yeah, that's probably my most embarrassing story.
I tell you, the dumbest fucking shit I've seen related to wrestling was when there was a show in a parking lot in Spencer, Indiana. The ring did not show up. So what do you do in that situation? Cancel. Nope. These buffoons wrestled on the trailer. I shit you not, and there's video proof. Please shoot me.
Most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me while in a wrestling ring. I was in my very first match. I was coming out to the match. I was walking to the ring. There was 3 faces in the ring. I'm a face walking around. The other heels were on the other side. I didn't notice. I was too engulfed in the crowd. I walked around, and I was walking on the mats outside. And the guy that was a heel outside, he didn't know what to do because we were so close. So he thought, well, I'm just going to push him. He put his hands on my shoulders and just gave me a good shove. I wasn't paying attention. When he did that, I stumbled back on this mat, which I was walking on, slippery floor and everything, and I, like, danced in the air, grabbed the ring apron, half fell, half stood, and Everybody saw it. Everybody laughed, and it was my first match. It was very embarrassing. And then the same match, I also I got in there with the guy that bladed that night, and he cut it. He cut, and it only did a drop of blood. And whenever that drop of blood got, and that's all it did. It didn't do nothing more. It got on my hand. I actually stopped what I was doing in the match. I wiped the blood on my pants and waited to make sure the blood was off my hand before I continued. And I heard people laugh, and it went dead silent. And you just, you know, at that moment I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now I look back and I was like, man, that was really goofy. But mostly I just embarrass people. So I'm not usually on that end, but I was on that day, and that was definitely my first day.
My most embarrassing moment by far in my wrestling career, I was coming down to the ring, my ring entrance, living out in prayer, my sunglasses came off, I went to go get them, I slipped and fell in front of my fans. That by far was my most embarrassing moment.
Hey, 10 Count Blog, don't mind the pink room. In my daughter's room shooting this video, I was asked what was the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me in wrestling so far. It actually was with a match years ago, back when I was first starting. I felt so bad because, like I said, I was a green guy, and I was going up against Cash, phenomenal if you haven't met him. And we were going to do a power slam off the top rope. And when I caught him, I kind of hit him in an inappropriate spot, and we had to take the match home. I felt so bad because, I mean, I just hit this dude right in the, man, I can't even say it because, like I said, you got to keep it PG. But if I have to say, that was definitely the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in wrestling. Cash, I still apologize. I hope one day we can have another match and I can show you that I have improved over the years. But there you are, 10 Count. My most embarrassing thing that has happened to me in wrestling.
Hey, 10 Count Blog. This is Corn-Fed Beast Bo Sawyer here, talking about weird and strange moments in professional wrestling. One such instance happened to me. It was a night in Tri-State Wrestling in Vincennes, Indiana at the Eagles Lodge. I was wrestling AJ Youngblood. Maybe people know him as Blaine Black. But anyway, Blaine and I had a match. I'm known for giving chops because I'm a complete jerk and have lack of respect for anybody's chest except my own. Anyway, I hit him with one chop that night, and it sounded so loud and so awesome, I had to do it again because I'm a jerk. So he feeds around again. I hit him again, and he fell down. He bumped, and we have what we look for in the face to recognize, you know, what pain is. You have that just, but then I saw. So I go down for the pin. I'm like, dude, you okay? He's like, no, I just completely shit my pants. Oh my God. So we feed around. We take the match home very early, very short. Come back to the back. I fall down. I'm laughing so hard. Sam Knight asked me, he's like, Oos, you okay? I'm like, dude, I'm good. He's like, what about AJ? I'm like, he pooped. So AJ comes back to the back through the curtain. Santino Marella speed walks to the bathroom. Is in there for like 10 minutes. Comes out with a Walmart sack, tied off, throws it away. So everybody knew I wasn't joking. It really happened. And the most perfect thing about the story, on that night, he was wearing one of my t-shirts. Completely unplanned. Didn't even know we were wrestling each other. And just remember, that shirt said, anger is a gift. This has been Bo Sawyer. This is some embarrassing stuff. Listen to 10 Count Blog. Support indie wrestling.